transformed into the malevolent supporting character of a tale about a false heiress. I never anticipated a system malfunction that would render my voice audible to everyone. The counterfeit heiress perpetually feigns a pitiful demeanor, compelling all to relinquish everything that rightfully belongs to the true heiress. The protagonist, Su Ran, vows to unmask my true nature and reclaim all that she has lost. The protagonist and I vie for a room. I exclaim, "Thank heavens! At last, I can escape the clutches of that pastel princess chamber." The protagonist raises an eyebrow in confusion. The male lead intends to defend her. I declare, "Finally, I can be rid of him." The male lead looks perplexed. The antagonist seeks to exploit me. I retort, "No one can manipulate me, for I am utterly ineffectual." Haha. The antagonist is left speechless. Today marks Su Yun'er's homecoming, a momentous occasion where her parents shower affection upon their long-lost daughter, eagerly serving her at the dining table. The system informs me that my assignment is to embody a wicked supporting character, wreaking havoc and slandering the protagonist until I am universally despised and lead a life worse than death, All these years, it was us who failed to find you. Whatever you desire, we shall strive to make amends, her father assures. Su Yun'er gazes intently at me, tears welling in her eyes. "Mother, I have heard that before my birth, you meticulously prepared a room for me. In this lifetime, will I ever have the chance to inhabit it?" Her mother's expression falters. That princess room has long had an occupant, claimed since I was swapped into the Su family over a decade ago. An awkward silence envelopes the dining table. "Yun'er, that room has already been given to Ran Ran. Remember how you adored clinging to your brother as a child? Why not take the room adjacent to his?" I peruse the lines provided by the system and recite, "Mother, it's quite all right. Since sister cherishes it, let her reside there. Ran Ran has occupied it for many years. It is time to return it to sister." Instantly, Su's mother feels a pang of sympathy. This child has been by her side for over a decade, and the matter of swapping children is not the fault of either. "Ran Ran, there's no need to be so considerate," she replies. Su Yun'er's eyes glisten with tears. "Mother, in that household, I have never had a room of my own. I could only sleep in the utility room. They never regarded me as their daughter, only subjected me to cruelty. Is it wrong for me to seek to reclaim my own room?" Caught in a dilemma, both Su parents are visibly troubled. After a few moments of hesitation, her mother resolves, "It would be unfair to Ran Ran. Your sister has just returned and lacks a sense of security. Let her stay there for now." Su Yun'er casts a challenging glance in my direction. "Is it merely an act of feigned helplessness? I shall not allow you to slander and frame me this time." I respond nonchalantly, "Very well." Internally, I jubilate. Finally, I shall no longer be confined to that excessively pink princess room. Haha, Su Yun'er is so immature, still envious of my Barbie dolls at her age. Su Yun'er regards me with uncertainty. I inquire, "Is something amiss? Do I have something on my face?" "It's nothing." I suddenly find I no longer desire that room. "Also, I am quite mature," she retorts. Strangely, I detect an undercurrent of suppressed animosity in her voice. Su's mother beams with satisfaction. "If you two sisters can coexist harmoniously, I shall be at ease. Yun'er has endured much suffering outside Ran Ran. You must help her integrate into this circle." Su Yun'er coldly responds, "Humph, I don't need her assistance and I stick out my tongue at her. Just as well I have no desire to assist you either." 2. Moreover, there is another matter. Ran Ran is aware that she has a childhood betrothal, is she not? My fiancé, who's been abroad and has just returned home? Indeed. Given the unique backgrounds of both you and Yun'er, I have decided to take you two to meet him for the sake of fairness. His family is affluent, and he is both refined and accomplished abroad. Should he take a liking to one of you sisters, the childhood engagement shall be honored. My fiancé, Lin Jing, is the formidable antagonist in the narrative. Lin Jing and Su Yun'er engage in mutual exploitation, and as Lin Jing increasingly admires the female protagonist, he ultimately falls deeply in love with her, leading to his utter defeat. As for myself, the female supporting character, I am smitten with Lin Jing at first sight. Completely manipulated, akin to being sold, while still counting the money for others. Fortunately, I am a mere waste, thus no one can take advantage of me, hee. Suddenly, Lin Jing cast a glance my way and chuckled softly. "Auntie, Miss Su Ran is quite amusing." Su's mother replied, "Xiao Jing, Ran Ran is a good child. I hope you will treat her well in the future." His tone shifted as he continued. "I've heard that Miss Su Yun'er is the true heiress of the Su family, and she must have endured considerable hardships outside." Su's mother smiled gently, stroking my hair. "Xiao Jing, both of them are genuine daughters of the Su family. Regardless of whom you choose, I hope you will treat her kindly." I felt a surge of emotion. Mother is truly wonderful, treating me, the false heiress, with the same kindness. I must cling to her tightly. For some inexplicable reason, I sensed that my mother's gaze towards me was imbued with even greater affection. Lin Jing sneered. How rare it is. Who shall compensate for the life stolen from Su Yun'er? Were it not for that couple's insurmountable debts leading them to the Su family, we might still be unaware of this tale of a cat swapping for a prince. Su's mother retorted angrily, "Our family's affairs are not for you to meddle in." Lin Jing coldly replied, "I have already decided to marry Miss Su Yun'er. For so many years, you have relinquished what rightfully belongs to my future wife. Should not Su Ren also experience the grievances she has suffered at home? Why is he so furious? Is it because he, like the female protagonist, lacked a Barbie doll in his childhood? Could he be envious of my princess room?" Unexpectedly, Su's mother burst into laughter. "Mother!" Starting a quarrel with laughter diminishes the momentum. Lin Jing remarked, "I have no fondness for frilly things, nor could I possibly feel envy." Why has Lin Jing suddenly brought this up? He must indeed care about my Barbie dolls and princess room. This is all mother's affection, which has truly incited his jealousy. Lin Jing's expression darkened further. Su Yun'er, in a rare moment, began to laugh, her laughter growing more unrestrained, even bringing tears to her eyes. Is she laughing and crying because she sees Lin Jing, who is also deprived of Barbie dolls, has gone mad? I've heard my birth mother never bought her any. Su Yun'er's smile froze on her face. However, the smile did not vanish. It merely shifted to Lin Jing's visage. She appeared as though she wished to strangle me, taking a deep breath to declare, "Say it again. I do not need a Barbie doll." I looked at her with forbearance. "Rest assured, I shall not compete with you for the Barbie dolls or the princess room." Su's mother sighed once more. They interact so well together. They both retorted in unison, "Where exactly is the good?" I replied obediently, "As long as mother is happy, we will get along splendidly." 3. As a malevolent supporting character, the most crucial task is to stir up trouble. According to the system's guidance, my next move should be to deliberately run away from home, feigning a quarrel with Su Yun'er as the pretext for my departure, thereby inciting sympathy from the Su family and marginalizing Su Yun'er in the process. At dawn, I set off with a small bundle on my back. Within 2 hours, I returned, laden with an abundance of soup dumplings. Mother adores soup dumplings, so I shall postpone my departure for now. The following day, I set off again with my small bundle. En route, I encountered snail noodles, which father loves dearly, so I shall delay my departure once more. This pattern persisted for days, and soon, Su Yun'er could no longer remain composed. She scrutinized me with suspicion. "Why haven't you run away from home? Why not pretend I drove you away? Have you returned? How about some Xiaomai? Rebirth, just like in the novels. What a splendid skill." Su Yun'er appeared slightly embarrassed. It's not that impressive. If I were to be reborn and knew the future trajectory, I would seize that opportunity to invest and start my own business, becoming a wealthy woman. Su Yun'er's eyes sparkled with realization. Exactly. Why didn't I think of that? Su Ran, what am I even competing with you for? As I listened to her raucous laughter, I couldn't help but feel a twinge of fear. Could this be a side effect of her rebirth? Within a few days, my brother, who had been on a business trip, returned. According to the system script, he is the true male protagonist of this tale. After a tragic car accident befell a family friend, only Zhou Ran survived, prompting father to adopt him and bring him to live with the Su family. The female protagonist, Su Yun'er, and Zhou Ran were already acquainted. Zhou Ran harbored a secret affection for Su Yun'er but refrained from confessing due to their sibling-like relationship, resulting in a fade of an inappropriate romance. Zhou Ran, with a sullen expression, blocked my path. "Su Ran, have you been practicing high jumps in the restroom?" I was perplexed. "What do you mean?" He uttered his icy words. "You've been soiled." I really don't want to engage with him. My brother's illness is yet to be treated, so I ought to join mother and father for dinner. I swiftly maneuvered around him, heading toward the dining table, as if avoiding a plague. Zhou Ran was momentarily speechless. "Su Ran, wait. I haven't finished speaking." I replied slowly. "Oh, brother, do you have something else to say? It's infuriating. All you do is hover over me. Why did you drive Su Yun'er out of the house? She is the true daughter of father and mother. Why is it she who must leave, not you? I am famished. What else with all the barking? I could devour an entire cow, moo moo moo." She was doing quite well at my company, yet she abruptly resigned, claiming she wanted to venture into investment and carve out her own career, even borrowing a hefty sum from father for this endeavor. She foolishly stated it was all thanks to you. Is it amusing to deceive her like this? Do you have any idea how much effort she exerted to reach her position at the company? Sue ran. You spoiled young lady. You simply do not comprehend. Moo. Cows must graze, moo. Cows must. Enough. This is mental torture for me. Let us eat. I remained silent, unable to comprehend, concluding that my brother's condition was deteriorating. All right, brother. At the dinner table, indeed, Sue Yunner was absent. She had truly moved away. It felt somewhat disconcerting to be without the ailing Sue Yunner. Father praised her. Yunner is truly a business prodigy. Her foresight puts even me to shame. Zhou Ran interjected. Father, your daughter's bias is rather severe. She is still so young. What if she incurs losses? Father interrupted him. If she incurs losses, so be it. Our Sue family can still cover her debts. Her willingness to learn and challenge herself is commendable. I chimed in. Father speaks wisely. For Zhou Ran shot me a glare. Then, no glaring at your sister. Ran has grown into a fine young lady. She is becoming increasingly sensible. Lin Jing mentioned that he will invite you to dinner tomorrow. All right, father. Focus. Lin Jing took my hand, and as he drew closer, I could catch the scent of his cologne, which was rather pleasant. Today, he wore a tailored business suit, his hair slicked back, revealing a smooth forehead. The expensive cufflinks glimmered against his attire, their intricate patterns shining with a cold luster. He truly presents himself well. Sue Ran, what were you so engrossed in just now? I pointed at the plush doll by the door. That seems to be Sue Yunner? An utterly faceless doll. How could you discern that? Intuition. Perhaps it's the telepathic connection between the malevolent supporting character and the female protagonist. Upon encountering this plush toy, an overwhelming urge to berate it surged within me. Moreover, the neighboring plush toy was stealthily glancing in our direction. I approached with a calm demeanor and lifted the headpiece of the adjacent plush. As anticipated, remarkably handsome face, reminiscent of a literary masterpiece, was revealed. In truth, it's merely an ordinary visage. I failed to comprehend what captivated Sue Yunner about my brother. Brother, what are you doing here? Zhou Ran's face bore an expression of astonishment. How did you discover my presence? I reiterated, intuition. Lin Jing, intrigued, unmasked another plush toy's headpiece. Sue Yunner awkwardly greeted. Hi, what a coincidence. I tilted my head playfully, brother and sister. What brings you two here in plush attire? There's a project requiring field research. I never anticipated Zhou Ran and you would be here. Ha, what a small world. The system suggests that they are clandestinely dating. And donning plush costumes is their peculiar pastime. Such a unique interest indeed, fitting for the protagonists. But isn't it rather warm? Lin Jing chuckled softly, observing the two, who were sweating profusely. Since it's such a coincidence, I've reserved a private room. Why not dine together? I innocently remarked. Yes, brother and sister must be quite warm. In the private room, I remained solely focused on my meal while they engaged in fervent discussions, spanning topics from the origins of humanity to the cosmos. The atmosphere appeared remarkably harmonious until Zhou Ran spoke. Yunner and I have known each other since childhood. At that time, I had just survived a car accident, and my relatives were oppressive, leaving me no choice but to don a plush costume to earn a living. I saw a little girl crying sorrowfully and encouraged her. She shared her troubles with me daily, and over time, we opened our hearts to one another, offering mutual support. Unfortunately, that little girl eventually vanished. You must have surmised. That little girl was Yunner. We only recently recognized each other, hence our impromptu decision to dress as plush toys at the mall, reminiscing about our past.
Sue Yunner added.
Cough, that's precisely as Zhou Ran described. Lin Jing remarked, I never imagined you both shared such a history. So this was their true narrative. Everything previously mentioned was merely a fade. No wonder I pondered how my brother, usually so crude, suddenly spoke of civilization. Zhou Ran shot me a glare. Why does it seem that my brother has been increasingly critical of me lately? I muttered under my breath, only to have Lin Jing hear me and lean in to whisper, perhaps he's discontented because he couldn't win over Sue Yunner, thus finding fault with everyone. I smiled slyly. I relished hearing such words. Due to the relentless progression of the plot, I was unceremoniously thrust out by my parents to work. Go learn from your sister and hone your abilities. I chose the most appealing angle, tears brimming in my eyes, appearing particularly pitiful. Mom and Dad, I don't want to leave you.
Moved.
My mother, with a twinge of reluctance, suggested, perhaps we should wait a bit. I'm just a worthless individual. How can I survive away from home? My mother retracted her hand. stating sternly, "You must go work. There's no time to waste." Before I could fully comprehend, I was ushered out the door. What's going on? Didn't T-Mom and Dad always fall for this act? Why is it not working today? Zhou Ran laughed loudly, finally. Your parents have seen your true colors, Su Ran. Who would have thought you'd end up like this, haha? My brother truly resembles a villain. I flashed a sweet smile. Scram. Working is working. I cannot truly be a useless person. I began as a cashier. As the eldest daughter of the Su family, I had always excelled academically. Yet, for reasons unknown, whenever I handled money, my mind would spiral into chaos. By the end of the day, I had miscounted dozens of times, leaving me in debt to the boss by 1,000 yuan, prompting the boss to threaten my dismissal. In a critical moment, Lin Jing produced 1,000 yuan to resolve the issue and promised to keep it confidential. In every profession, excellence can be achieved. I encouraged myself. While I was in the kitchen, stirring a pot, a commotion erupted outside, and I vaguely heard someone shouting for help, alongside the mention of 120. The emotions of joy and sorrow were irrelevant to me. The intensity of cooking was terrifying. The flames grew fiercer, drawing everyone's attention. While I quietly faced the inferno in the kitchen, Lin Jing, as if descended from the heavens, rushed in with a fire extinguisher to rescue me. Quick! We must go to the hospital. Your father consumed the food you prepared and has food poisoning. Regretful tears welled in my father's eyes. Perhaps you should return home. Ran, the outside world is not suited for you. I stubbornly turned away, my silhouette exuding determination. A strong-willed Chinese woman shall never concede defeat. Subsequently, wherever I went to work, that company would inevitably face bankruptcy within 3 days. Unlike my sister Su Yun'er, who carved a path through the business world with her talent and strength, I, cursed by the role of a vicious female antagonist, instilled fear in business moguls regarding my job applications. What? Su Ran is coming to our company. The demon who causes companies to collapse within 7 days of her employment? Hurry! Remove her from our company. We cannot taint our sanctum. Lin Jing, with a sense of resignation, tousled my hair. Su Ran, let me take you home. I feigned reluctance. This is your request. I've longed to return home. How infuriating. No one from my family has come to persuade me to return, leaving me without an exit. Upon returning home, the aroma of food enveloped me. Dozens of exquisite dishes were laid out, making my mouth water. So, while I was away, they indulged in such fine dining behind my back. How outrageous. My parents warmly welcomed Lin Jing. Xiao Jing, please sit and eat. Thank you for looking after Ran these past days. It's no trouble at all, Auntie. I widened my eyes, glancing at my mother, then at Lin Jing. Why do I feel like I've been replaced? What's going on with Lin Jing? Have they become so chummy while I was unaware? Zhou Ran scoffed. Fool. Who has been replacing you? I gazed at him, unamused. Unable to win over Su Yun'er, you take it out on me. If you're so formidable, why not confess your feelings for Su Yun'er to Mom and Dad? Not sibling affection, but love. A grand pseudo-incestuous romance. The expressions at the dinner table shifted dramatically, and Zhou Ran fainted outright. I gasped, brother. What happened? My father chuckled. Perhaps I should administer mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. There was something ominous in my father's laughter, as if he were about to break into sinister cackles at any moment. Zhou Ran sprang up. Dad, I suddenly feel fine. Is he pretending? My brother seems to be losing his grip on reality. Why is Su Yun'er blushing? What is she embarrassed about? In the ensuing days, Zhou Ran and Su Yun'er broke through their barriers and swiftly progressed in their relationship. Yet the system brought me grim news. What? Are you even aware of what you're saying? You triggered a bug, resulting in my innermost thoughts being exposed to others. You went behind my back to fix the bug, only to discover it was unfixable before notifying me. System, I am genuinely furious. I apologize, esteemed vicious female antagonist. What could you possibly offer me, considering I am a lady of privilege lacking for nothing? Dear esteemed vicious female antagonist, we must continue with the plot. And if I refuse to comply, the plot will revert to its original course unless what? I must take my leave now. The world has grown increasingly harsh of late, and we must all exercise caution. I hope to see you again next time. Farewell. What a wretched plot this is. Boss, do you think she might go mad from the stress? She has been acting erratically, and I can't comprehend a word she says. The salty sea breeze caresses the cruise ship, where Su Yun'er is bound tightly to a pole. The ropes dig into her delicate, fair skin, and the gentle wind tousles her hair, her eyes reflecting fear and vulnerability, evoking my sympathy. It starkly contrasts with my own demeanor. Boss, this young lady appears quite formidable. Unlike the one next door, ha ha ha. He received a slap for that thought. What was he thinking? A little deception to acquire some cash would suffice. But if we harm them, Sue's family will surely seek revenge.
Oh.
Release the two of them. My family will pay any price, provided they remain unharmed.
Oh.
But if we can only free one, would you choose this false heiress or the true one? Making choices is for children. As the wicked female antagonist, I naturally demand both. Amidst the astonished gazes of the crowd, I loosened the ropes, delivering a left hook, followed by a right, scattering the kidnappers. When did she conceal a kitchen knife? She's aiming for the kidnappers' lives. Humph. With the system in hand, the world is mine. Zhou Ran remarked with a cold expression. How juvenile. He then rushed to rescue Su Yuna, their eyes locking in a moment of deep connection, petals seemingly raining down around them, filling the air with a flirtatious ambience. Lin Jing, with a stoic face, separated them, apologizing. Excuse me, you're blocking the way. Zhou Ran flushed. What's wrong with you? Su Yuna covered her face, wishing she could invent a portal to escape, feeling utterly mortified.
Su Ran, watch your step.
Lin Jing felt a surge of helplessness. Realizing too late, the young girl wielded the kitchen knife with wild abandon, her demeanor carefree and charming, but she was oblivious to her surroundings. Farewell, dear family. It's a private Marseille. Indeed, I, the illustrious wicked female antagonist, had slipped. This world has become one where one misstep could lead to dire consequences. Yet I cannot swim. I vaguely recall before losing consciousness, a soft pair of lips brushing against mine. The doll was a mere imitation, and so was I. No one would cherish a counterfeit, right? Yet, no one aspires to be a fake. I sat upon a rocky outcrop, tears flowing uncontrollably as waves crashed against me, sweeping away the doll that had accompanied me since childhood. In a panic, I rolled up my pant legs and dashed into the sea. Alas, I cannot swim. I am a veritable landlubber. The sensation of drowning is far from pleasant. I could not breathe through my nose, and my mind gradually succumbed to oxygen deprivation. In my hazy consciousness, I saw Lin Jing's hair transform into a golden hue, shimmering beneath the water, his already handsome face appearing even more ethereal. His fish tail created ripples, exuding an otherworldly beauty as he brushed my hair aside, speaking gently. Ran, I am actually a mermaid. I stared at him in shock. A mermaid? So, fairy tales are indeed real. You have been hiding this from me all along. Yes, you are gravely injured now. Only a kiss from a mermaid can return you home. Su Ran, would you like to give it a try? Before I could contemplate the implications of his words, Lin Jing grasped my waist with one hand and pressed my head down with the other, kissing me fervently. Our soft lips met, and I found myself somewhat entranced. Yet Lin Jing released his hold and began to fade away. Wait, mermaid, don't leave. Upon awakening, I realized it was merely a dream, leaving me to ponder its significance. My parents stood vigil by my bedside. Ran, you've finally awakened.
Mother has been so worried about you.
I gazed into my mother's reddened eyes, reassuring her, I'm fine, full of vitality, so please don't fret. It's all my fault for not protecting you. Ran. Those wicked people were to blame, not you, father. Please don't blame yourself any longer. Lin Jing approached with a lunchbox. Mermaid.
Ah.
I wish I could just disappear into a hole. Lin Jing smiled. Did you have a dream? I forced myself to remain calm. No. Upon looking at his face. Ever since that dream, seeing Lin Jing made him appear exceptionally handsome. Mermaid, so pleasing to the eye, haha. I owe my gratitude to Lin Jing. He was the first to plunge in to save you. My mother's gaze towards Lin Jing grew, increasingly tender. What about me, Mom? Am I not your favorite daughter? What's so special about that wretched mermaid? She has 8-pack abs, soft lips, and flowing golden hair. I slowly covered my face. System, please come out and teach me. The mermaid has cast a spell on me. Host, Lin Jing is merely an ordinary person and lacks such abilities. Su Ran, do you remember our engagement? Lin Jing's tone turned earnest as he knelt on one knee, producing a ring the size of a pigeon egg. Will you marry me? In that moment, I felt as though I were in a theater, witnessing a formal proposal from a mermaid, surrounded by darkness, while he radiated a spectrum of colors, petals cascading around us. It was moving, undeniably beautiful. Yet this is a hospital. System, please turn on the lights. With a click, the lights illuminated before anyone could react. Zhou Ran and Su Yun'er continued tossing flowers eagerly. My parents held hands, looking pleased. Lin Jing awaited my response with bated breath. I was reluctant. As I voiced my answer, Lin Jing suddenly panicked. For in that moment, he could no longer hear Su Ran's thoughts. Host, the bug has been fixed. I lowered my lashes, unable to meet Lin Jing's gaze. System, will the storyline automatically adjust? Did Lin Jing marry me due to the narrative's unavoidable circumstances? Or has he genuinely fallen in love with me? Why, after leaving home for so long, has no one come to see me except Lin Jing? The system could not provide answers for the wicked female antagonist. This was something I must discern for myself. In the final seconds of attaining happiness, I chose to be a coward. For this happiness remains uncertain. The crowd stared at me awkwardly, seemingly taken aback by my refusal. Zhou Ran spoke coldly. Su Ran. What are you throwing a tantrum for? My mother chimed in. Yes, Ran, do you realize what a wonderful match this is? Lin Jing is an exceptional young man, well matched with our family. I know you both like each other. This is a significant blessing. Why are you being foolish now? My eyes welled with tears. Unwilling to follow the prescribed narrative, knowing my family would side with Lin Jing, aiding him in pursuing the storyline of marrying me. Su Yun'er winked at me and took my hand, leading me away. I was still somewhat dazed, Su Yun'er brought me to a resplendent skyscraper. She led me to the upper floors, and from above, the bustling city unfolded beneath us. I held a cup of hot water, lost in thought, still reflecting on Lin Jing's lonely silhouette as I departed. Su Ran, I have a secret to share with you. In my past life, you caused my demise. Thus, initially, I truly despised you. You took my identity, my parents, and even the brother I secretly loved for years is now yours. When I was reborn, everything changed. I could even hear your thoughts and realized you were entirely different from the wicked female antagonist who harmed me before. You inspired me to forge my own path rather than wallow in resentment and seek others' love. There's something I must tell you. Thank you. I stared at her in astonishment. Shouldn't the heroine particularly detest me, the wicked female antagonist? Instinctively, I called for the system, but there was no response. Thus, Su Ran, whatever choice you make, I shall choose to respect you. Even if you are unable to work, I, as your sister, will support you for a lifetime. So, why didn't any of you come looking for me when I ran away from home? I choked back my tears as I asked. Su Yun'er remained silent for a moment before speaking with difficulty. Do you remember when you became a chef? Father specifically requested your dishes, only for food poisoning to land him in the hospital. I nodded awkwardly. Of course, I wouldn't forget. When you engaged in a pyramid scheme, Mother disguised herself as your colleague, and just as you left, the police arrested her and the others. You were washing windows on the 8th floor when the glass fell and hit Zhou Ran, who ended up in the hospital for over 10 days.
And I?
The most unfortunate one. You were fixing someone's toilet, and just as I arrived, not seeing you there, the perfectly fine toilet suddenly exploded. Ugh. It's a miracle I didn't kill you. I touched my nose, feeling inexplicably guilty. The heavy aura of a wicked supporting character was indeed burdensome. Only Lin Jing. He could approach you without consequence. He is truly remarkable. You two are simply a match made in heaven. The dark aura of a villain is terrifying. So that's how it is. Dear wicked supporting character, have you found your answer? The system transformed into a little golden figure, fluttering its tiny wings and perching on my fingertips. Yes, you said that unless everyone awakens together, breaking free from the original narrative, we cannot truly live. This world will gradually become real, and the stronger the world's power, the more easily your actions will be discovered. Indeed, wicked supporting character. Rarely. I detected a hint of jest in the system's monotonous voice. Hesitantly, I inquired. Then why are you helping me? Clearly, my awaken role disrupts the system's energy collection. Yet throughout this journey, the system has offered me only assistance, never hindrance. Remember? I have been by your side since you were very young. I remember. It has indeed been a long, long time. Ran, you are like a child I have raised. How could I not have feelings for you? For me, this is merely a task. If I fail, I can seek another world. But for you, this awakening is a rare opportunity. I queried, somewhat perplexed. Does the system also possess emotions? Aren't you an artificial intelligence? Dear wicked supporting character, all systems aspire to become human and find a world in which to spend their remaining days. Thanks to you, I too have awakened. A sense of indescribable shock surged through my veins, igniting my spirit. I thought, we have not followed the preordained script, but instead crafted our own existence in this world. How wonderful that is! I excitedly poked the system, losing control of my strength and sending the golden figure tumbling away. The golden figure fluttered back up, trembling. Sue ran. I smiled awkwardly. System, I have found my answer. After bidding farewell to Sue Yunner, I eagerly sought out Lin Jing. Lin Jing, I have something to say.
No.
Let me speak first. I sincerely apologize for confessing in front of your family today. It was inconsiderate of me. Sunlight illuminated his face, every fine hair visible. His expression particularly sincere, his voice remarkably gentle. Curse that beautiful merman. How could he be so charming? I covered my face with my hands, attempting to appear unaffected by his allure. The system teased me in my ear. Your ears are quite red. Lin Jing, would you marry me? I intended to drop to one knee with grace, but instead, I clumsily fell to both knees. My hands trembled as if afflicted by Parkinson's, unsteadily producing a gold ring. This is a ring I bought after 3 months of work, though it may not be significant. Please accept it.
Suran.
I swallowed hard, feeling inexplicably nervous. Lin Jing's long fingers slipped through the ring. I do. Petals of pink blossoms cascaded from the sky, and grand fireworks erupted. Lin Jing produced a black velvet box, as if conjuring it from thin air. Although you beat me to it, I wonder if you would marry me? A magnificent diamond sparkled under the light. How much gold could this purchase? My eyes brimmed with tears. Why was I crying? Oh, of course. Because I am a realistic woman. I firmly grasped Lin Jing's hand and said, let us go. We must return this today. Though I did not anticipate this conclusion. It seems quite satisfactory. Sue Ren always manages to surprise others. Observing the slender wrist of the young girl and our intertwined fingers, I felt a flicker of joy. When we first met, I thought she was a spoiled young lady, and indeed, she was. Exceptionally beautiful, she shone brightly in a crowd. Tall and with a distinguished family background, but more importantly, she possessed a mind brimming with whimsical ideas. Compared to others, she stood out remarkably, her thought process distinct and often exhibiting a disregard for others' lives. When I first heard her innermost thoughts, I was taken aback. Her ideas were unconventional, often leading to unexpected choices. After witnessing the reactions of others, I surmised that they could hear her thoughts, as there seems to be an unspoken understanding among intelligent individuals. We did not inform the young girl of this matter, nor did we elucidate the nature of the system, which possesses the ability to comprehend both ancient and modern knowledge. Moreover, it seemed the system paid particular attention to her. Despite her incomplete tasks, she faced no penalties. Through their exchanges, I learned that perhaps we were merely characters bound to follow the script, yet I could not accept this notion. The world we inhabited felt undeniably real. How could it be false? Strangely, upon contemplating this idea, it felt as though something binding me had vanished. Perhaps this is what the system referred to as awakening. In comparison to Sue Yunnu's prescient mystique, Sue Ran possessed an audacious ability to defy conventions and challenge others' boundaries. This often caused me great concern. Unbeknownst to me, I had become increasingly drawn to Sue Ran, subconsciously paying attention to her every move, hoping to better assist her. Perhaps this was due to the intriguing nature of her thoughts. Upon realizing this, I sought guidance from a master, who imparted to me 4 words: go with the flow. Only later did I comprehend that perhaps this was love. Not even a whirlwind could impede it. When I excitedly proposed to her, she declined. In that instant, I could no longer hear her thoughts. It is apparent when someone likes another, especially a pure-hearted girl like Sue Ran, who cannot conceal her feelings. Merely standing close to me, she would blush adorably. Thus, I began to ponder where the issue lay. However, the girl's thoughts were beyond ordinary comprehension. I prepared to propose once more. To my surprise, she proposed to me first, asking me to marry her. This was yet another unexpected turn, however unlike before. It brought a sweet delight to my heart. How wonderful. No wonder girls enjoy being proposed to. It is indeed a novel experience. Do you wish for this woman to become your wife, in wealth or poverty, in health or sickness, in life's fortunes or adversities, to remain steadfast forever, to respect, care for, and accept her, remaining loyal until the end of life? I do. Today, she looked particularly stunning in a pure white wedding gown, holding a bouquet, her long, dark hair elegantly styled, her cheeks rosy, her eyes sparkling as they gazed at me. Beautiful mermaid, I have brought you home. We exchanged a smile. The girl loved to stir things up. With a long life ahead, I could accompany her in her delightful mischief. The tale has come to a close. Thank you for your attentive listening. If you enjoyed it, kindly consider subscribing and giving a thumbs up to show your support. Until we meet again for our next story.